Good evening everybody, Mike from Hel Styrke Gaming here with a brand new Let's Play. Today we're going to be jumping into the amazing world of Pathfinder Kingmaker and its created world, Golarion. So basically here's what we're doing. We're playing through all the campaigns with all the DLC, and we're playing it on the hard difficulty setting, not the insane one that comes immediately afterwards. Not the hardest, but the second hardest, because I haven't played the whole way through and I want to experience quite a lot of this without torturing myself too badly. So we're going to be going with this character. She is a tiefling. This is her. She's very pretty, quite like her. And we go on to, well, not even pretty. She's demonic and awesome. Looks like a badass. She is a grenadier, which is a subclass of the alchemist, meaning she likes to basically blow shit up, and she can also enchant her weapons with potions that she creates. If we go into her heritage, she's Grimspawn, meaning she's dexterous and intelligent, but not as wise. And she's good at, like, being deceptive and enthralled by death and disease and all that kind of stuff. Skills-wise, so she's very, very dexterous, very, very intelligent, and this build of her is not very charismatic, however, so, yeah. She's good with trickery, stealth. We took skills in knowledge, arcana, and world, so she knows things. Perception is okay, could do with improvement. And yeah, let's see now. Ability-wise, we took point blank shot as our starting feat because it's really handy for like using bows, and it applies to the explosives, the potions and stuff like that, the bombs, sorry, that she's going to be making as she goes along as well, because they operate within a 30-foot range, so she'll get a +1 to hit, and I think to the damage of it. Yeah, +1 bonus on attack and damage rolls with ranged weapons at ranges of up to 30 feet. So yeah. Spells-wise, we went with Cure Light Wounds, Bomber's Eye, Enlarged Person, Fire Belly, Reduce Person, Shield, Targeted Bomb Admixture, and True Strike. And we get so many spells starting off that we know, plus one additional we can cast per day because we've got such a high intelligence. That was deliberate on my part. Character-wise, she's got the lunatic, the madman thing going on. She was born on the 9th of Neth, which is my birthday, 9th of November. Her name is Hel Styrke, and she's chaotic neutral. So let's jump
Wherever
in.
my legs carry me.
Let's jump in and hopefully kick some ass with our lovely little grenadier, Hel Styrke. Now, one thing I might do is I might give her a class of rogue as well, just so I can get the sneak attacks, because the sneak attacks would be quite useful. We'll see though.
Our story started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
Continue.
Where are they? This is taking forever! They didn't even say what this was for, just that the Aldori were looking for heroes. Who are the Aldori anyway? Rich folk?
I agree, Emiri.
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping you here. Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out of. The Aldori Sword Lords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Brevoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
I disagree with you, Tartusio. I think you're a bit of a little purple dildo, even.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
I agree, Emiri. Let me help with my cup.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming.
Okay, little Lindsay. Fancy.
Greetings, everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
Thank you for having us, I say, gesturing with my empty cup.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless, Exactly what Restov needs.
The mayor, a middle-aged man with bushy sideburns and a monocle, wears a beaming smile.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the Stolen Lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Restov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder.
Okay, I'm listening.
Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits holds sway in the Stolen Lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord, considers himself the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
A gesture with my cup. What rewards can we expect exactly?
And what reward would you seek beyond a noble title and your own lands?
Lord Mayor's eyebrows rise. So far, he almost drops his monocle.
We'll absorb the costs of preparing and equipping your expeditions. Once you return victorious, Restov will also allocate you a significant sum to provide financial support for you to establish your country. Essentially, we'll help you build your capital. I hope such a reward is satisfactory.
Yes, very satisfactory.
Words, words, words. Significant, financial. I can't fill my belly with pretty words.
Amory's words are also satisfactory. Belly needs filling. Cup is currently empty.
Of course. There will also be an official banquet held in your honor. All of Restov's high society will gather to celebrate your feat.
Okay.
Now you're talking.
Agreed. Gesturing vaguely with my empty cup again. You're helping to found the barony. What do you get from such generosity?
Don't ask stupid questions. Why should you even care? What they have to gain and why, that's for Lady Aldori and I to discuss. It's none of your concern. Your only concern is to swing your sword around, or whatever it is you do.
I gesture vaguely with my cup in Tartuccio's direction. Tartuccio, what if I were to swing empty cup upside of head? Would that be agreeable? I look for Amory's approval.
Of course, we stand to benefit from this enterprise. But if you're concerned that we intend to rule your country from afar, using you as a front, well, please know that these concerns are unfounded. Let's just say that we have a strong interest in the region's stability. We have need of a ruling power we can negotiate with, not bandit gangs and monster hordes.
I hear a lot of suspicious words, but nothing that is entirely reassuring. But continue.
What is that smell in the air? Is it the smell of unspoken words and political intrigue?
Speaking in a hushed voice, a tiefling girl is standing nearby. Noticing you've heard her comment, she winks at you coyly. Yes, I agree with the Kaisi lady. I think she brings a valuable point. Now, gesturing with my cup back at our Sword Lord, why not just recognize the Stag Lord as Baron?
That's a good point. As I see it, this Stag Lord already holds power over the region with confidence. Many noble bloodlines were started by bandits who just got lucky, weren't they?
Now I looked in Jathal's general direction and I smiled, recognizing there are so many intelligent people who agree with me at the moment.
Perhaps because we do have standards to maintain. This room has seen many celebrations of adventurers, and even those who just got lucky. But giving a noble title to a bandit lord? That's one thing that's never happened here, and it won't while I still breathe.
Her gaze is chilling as she responds. Gesturing back at her with my still empty cup, there's the whole team of us. Who exactly will receive the Baron's title?
I will, of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help me.
I sigh, glaring back at Tartusio the Ducio.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
I suddenly perk up. Yes, the hairy man that is slightly depressing. He brings a valuable point. Even though we may or may not die, there is little point arguing before we even set off. Should not count the roosters before the hens hatch.
If I may please answer the question.
She, interrupting the argument, she clears her throat loudly. She takes a long pause, waiting for the voices to die down as everyone directs their attention towards her.
We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
It is clear as day? Looks outside at the stormy, stormy night.
Excellent. You venture forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Thank you again, with all my heart, for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Restov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet, go, and return in triumph.
If by the flare in your eyes, you mean the sobriety that is slowly creeping in and destroying my beautiful, beautiful drunken world, and unshakable will, that basically means my currently empty cup with which I wish to fill, then yes, I shall venture forth, and I shall do great deeds and bring fantastic triumph upon the name Hel Styrke.
Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this stag lord a lesson?
I tip my empty cup in her direction. We sure will. Just wait. We've plenty of great feats in store.
I have no doubt. Kind of related, I wanted to ask you something.
Sure thing, little Lindsay.
How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow?
He's a
I think he's pretty obnoxious personally.
He's
He appointed
purple.
himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is barons wear.
He's a
It
dildo.
doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader.
What?
When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero.
What,
Someone
what?
who'll be praised in poems and songs. This
Lindsay blushes
is
a
the
little.
person I'll write my book about.
I'm no hero, just mercenary.
And what are you a mercenary for? Is it only riches? Or maybe you want glory, too? Don't you want your feats to be remembered and glorified for centuries? Just listen.
All I want is to fill my hypothetical and also literal cup.
You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly?
I would agree. It is handy having someone who knows how to write to actually write down one's adventures.
And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady? Or, God's forbid, Tartuccio? No way.
Wait a second. 1 second. You're a bard? No, wait, okay, what about the barbarian? She looks pretty heroic. I gesture my cup in Amri's direction. I think her name is Amri.
Oh yeah, she's fantastic. You can tell she could tear a bear's head off with her bare hands, but she kind of scares me just a little. But, I mean, her sword's twice as big as I am. She could cut me down without even noticing. Just think on it a bit, alright? I'm sure you'll agree.
Ha, you said bear and bear in two completely different contexts. Similar words. Sure, I'll think about it.
Alright, I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning, little Lindsay. Cool. First step on the road to glory. So we go into our journal. And the first step on the road to glory. My quill takes its first sip from the ink pot and scripts, or rather scribbles, the first lines of a book about my travels, adventures, and victories that lie ahead. The book that will extol both its heroine and me, its author, Lindsay. The note to self: when I come up with a fancy nickname, add it here. I'm writing this in the banquet hall, where Sword Lord, as she calls herself, Jemandi Aldori, has just finished telling us about the mission that lies before us. Tomorrow at dawn, our team will set off to the stolen lands in order to accomplish glorious feats. This is where my book begins, and the gods themselves can't say what will happen next. Leave the hall. So, current objective, actually. We have a long road ahead of us, but we all need a good night's sleep. Fortunately, Lady Jemandi's graciously given each of us a bedroom in her mansion. I have to admit, I'm so excited that I won't be able to even close my eyes. Fortunately, I've had a chance to talk with the future heroine of my book. I think Hel Styrke is just the person I was looking for. Cool, cool. Right. So now I think we have to run around and talk to people. Yes. Yes. Cool. It may be difficult, but at least it won't be boring. Yes, adventure. I agree. I'll double the guard for the night just as a precaution. Yes, Keston. This seems like a good idea. Get some rest before the road. You have a difficult journey before you. All right, Sword Lord. I will get the rest momentarily. A large map of Brevoy and its surroundings, dotted with numerous cryptic marks and notes. I will not take notes of this. I like to go in blind. Emery, my friend! Finally, the idle talk's over. Can't wait to set out. Same here, Emery. Tomorrow, our glorious journey begins. Are you ready? I hope so. I don't need layabouts on my team. Off, Tartusio. You're just simple bandits. We'll deal with them in no time. Yes, adventurer. I agree. Jethal, you also agreed with me. What game is Jemandi playing? I'm not used to feeling like a pawn. Okay, Jethal. Adventurer. Our own barony? Now that's a prize worth fighting for. Yes, adventurer. Our own barony? Now that's a prize worth fighting for. These other adventurers said the same thing. You two should be on the same team. You think very similarly. Adventurer. Just simple bandits. We'll deal with them in no time. So now it's telling me the whole thing about moving my camera around WASD or holding down the middle mouse button. I can zoom in, I can zoom out. Happiness. Adventure. Our own barony. Now that's a prize worth fighting for. You three, all same team, thinking so similarly and the like. Harim, this expedition is surely doomed. Harim, I don't want you on my team. You are very depressing, and I think you might get people killed.
Time becomes distance.
I like that. Time becomes distance. So it's just after highlighting here now that this is how we exit any of these little door things that pop up on the map. Casey. Casey? Northern architecture is beautiful but very heavy. In my native land of Quadra, palaces are furnished quite differently. Okay, Casey. Casey. I think it's Casey or Kayesi. Anyways, continuing on. And the journey begins. Hello.
Help! Help!
Lindsay bursts into your room. She looks scared. Her face is smeared with soot, and she holds a weapon in hands. I immediately jump out of my bed. I pull my pants up, throw the cup off to one side, pick up a fresh, non-sticky empty cup, and gesture in her direction somewhat vaguely. What is going on?
The mansion's under attack. We need to help.
Well,
Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers or we'll all be cut down one by one.
well. As if to lend credence to Lindsay's words, a scream echoes from the hallway. Lindsay, where are you going? Lindsay? Lindsay? You're not going anywhere. Oh ho ho! Hel
I'll carve my
Styrke.
name onto your flesh.
I beg to differ. You have no idea whose bedroom you just walked into or what I was doing before you walked into it, and thus how annoyed I am right now at this current moment in time. What popped up on screen is the baseline tutorial for how the combat works, but it's a hell of a lot of words, and I have no interest in going over a lot of it. It's a lot of reading, a lot of talking, and I'd rather jump as quickly into this as possible. I'm a DM, I run this game in real life. I'm probably still going to get my ass handed to me because telling the story is different from playing it. Now, basically the way this works is our actions are broken down into different, like, components, if you will. We have one move action we can take a turn, one standard action we can take a turn, a free action, a swift action, and a free 5-foot step. One of the great things about this game is that they they updated it so that instead of being a turn-based, kind of like you pause it and then do your thing, it actually works like the Pathfinder system does. Everybody rolls their initiative. I got 15, he got 5, which means I'm going to be going first. And then everything else plays out. Everything has like a type of action that's like assigned to it. If I want to move, it'll, like, if you notice, as I stretch the mouse out, the green is filling up on my move action. And if I go like really, really far, it'll consume a standard action as well to allow me to move twice. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an attack action using my crossbow, and I'm going to fire at this assassin and be like, kaplow.
Die, die, die!
Yep, kaplow. Now, that wasn't... Oh, loot. Go away, loot. It's basically highlighting that I can loot things. Basically, that wasn't the best of the, like, hits I could do, but it was good enough. It did the job. It murdered the shit out of him. So we're going to go over and loot him now. And we get chainmail, and we get a dagger. Cool. So I am going to go into my inventory. Now, this is my lovely character, Hel Styrke. And one of the things I love about her is her outfit is absolutely splendid. I love it so much. But she also has this really cute little backpack. I love the backpack, and you can see the quarrel for her crossbow bolts on it as well. Currently equipped with studded leather armor at the moment. Gives me +3 to my armor, gives me a -1 armor check penalty. I don't think I have to worry about arcane spell failure chance. I'm not sure. We'll check that out when it comes to it. And the max dexterity is 5. We're at 4. This one has a higher armor check penalty and a higher armor spell failure chance, but it also gives me a higher armor class. So I'm going to equip this. Like that. Now, I'm going to take my spear out because if you notice, right, watch this. If I put stud leather on, there's no change to my AC. That's because we have a carrying capacity. There is my carrying capacity, which is everything I've currently got on my person. And then there's the party carrying capacity, which is everything in excess of this gets added here to count as the group's carrying capacity. I'm going to take my spear off because I have no intention whatsoever of running around stabbing things in the face. I don't. It's not my thing. When I take that off, my encumbrance goes down, meaning my AC goes up. The reason for this is because there are penalties. There's a light, medium, and heavy load, and there's the same over in the group's party. Your encumbrance, like the individual character's encumbrance, you take penalties to your AC, skills, etc. The party one affects the overland map when you're moving across the overland, which is why I took the spear off, because I suck in melee. Like, I get no bonuses whatsoever. But I will be focusing on ranged, so there's no point in me having that spear. I may take a light backup weapon if I can improve my strength later on, but for now, I don't really see a point. Anything else I need to cover here? Oh, I've got like 9 hit points, so I'm not going to be able to take much damage. My crossbow does 1d8 damage, crits on a 90 to 20, which means when it rolls the d20 die in the game to hit the target, if I roll a 19 or 20, I'll do double damage, which is great. And yeah, okay. While we're here, character tab, everything about my character. First one covers a summary of my character and my skills. Then we got a summary of all my abilities, in case I need to reference them to use them or figure out what the hell they do. My martial covers everything to do with combat in any way, shape or form, including my bomb damage, my special ability that I have. Class is what I'm going to get every level as I level up, so I can check it in advance if I want to. Biography is anything to do with me as a character. My spell book is all my spells, and balls. I'm gonna forget that. I should have done this earlier. I need to have cure and cure. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to die a lot starting off because I am not the best person in the... Oh, wait. I'm great, but I'm not like uber fantastic, and it's been a very long time since I played this. Then there's Lindsay's journal, which covers all of the journally questy stuff. Let's see now. Follow Lindsay. I didn't manage to get any sleep, but it wasn't due to my excitement. In the middle of the night, the mansion was attacked by some cutthroats who came out of nowhere. Blood and screams everywhere. It was terrible. I had no idea what was going on, but Hel Styrke was in the room next door. So I decided we had to team up or they'd cut us down one by one. Okay, so as we get more quests and objectives and stuff like that, Lindsay will be kind of writing it down. Encyclopedia is everything meta. So this is everything that we don't know, but works in the game. So it's all the mechanics and shit like that. And then we have our map, and the way our map works is we get like this big map and we have to explore and highlight things, and as we do so we'll get like little icons and pins and stuff, and we can decide which pins we want to use by using this down here. And yeah, I think that's a very quick summary of absolutely everything we're capable of doing. On the main screen, the most important part right off the bat is this is our spellbook of everything we know. This is all our abilities we currently have access to. And this tab is everything that's currently on our belt that we can use, like potions and spells and stuff like that. This over here is toggling our stealth.
Oh, shadows, embrace me.
Yes. This targets artificial intelligence, but I don't really care for that. And these are all the tabs for a variety of different things we'll cover as we go along. So, let us continue, shall we? Oh yes, and if we hit tab, it highlights anything we can interact with that we can currently see. Step, step, step. The assassins are already here. Follow me quickly. 1 second, little Lindsay. Yeah, I already know. That's telling me about the journal. I'm jumping ahead of myself here. So here we have 12 gold coins, our currency. A bloodstone, which we can sell to a merchant. This is, it has no other value than to generate income. Simple as. A dagger and a longbow. 1 second. So we are going to equip the longbow in place of the shortbow. Now, the main reason for this, I think weight might be a factor in this as well. Yeah, because this is lighter by about £1. But also, this crits on a 19 to 20 by 2, whereas this crits on a 20 by 3, meaning it does more damage when it crits. Yeah, I just prefer bows in general for that reason. So yes, we are now all dolled up, ready to go. Let us continue on and follow Lindsay as we slowly stalk our way down the corridor. I missed that. What did she say? Oh, it won't tell me what she said. That's unfortunate. Oh, hello. They got someone. We have to help. Look, they're running. Get them. And what shall we do with this one? We'll finish him later. He won't get away. Uh-oh. Ooh. Miss. Okay, so what? Oh, wow. Nice one, Lindsay. Okay, so what happened there was he got to go first.
You're just in time.
Lindsay, you little...
I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine what a terrible loss this would have been? But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound, and unscathed, ready to lead you to victory.
I gesture at him with my cup. Well, in all honesty, we weren't really trying to save you. We were trying to take as much time as possible in the hopes that you would actually, you know, meet your maker.
Lady Jamandi's holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the stolen lands.
Tartusio, you are one of these dummies. We had to literally save your life.
Speaking of dummies, take this ring. Quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
The gnome whispers, looking back at Lindsay as he takes a ring off his finger, handing it to you. Items received, Tartusio's present. Cool. So Tartusio the Ducio equipment. So this is basically telling us how equipment works. You press I to go into your inventory, and then you select the item, and you can double click or you can drag it over. So Tartusio's present. This ring grants its wearer +1 bonus to armor class. This is a deflection bonus that does not stack with other deflection bonuses. Different items give different bonuses and effects. Some of them stack, some don't. They tend not to stack with their own type of bonus unless it's a specific kind. That sounds counterintuitive, but there's very, very few bonuses that will stack with their own kind. I think an example would be dodge. Anything that adds to your dodge bonus stacks because it just makes you dodgier. Whereas, like, if you put on 2 sets of plate mail, it doesn't really improve your armor class. It actually weakens you because it's very heavy. So here we go. And now our AC is up to 19, meaning we should be very different. Things can still hit us, but in order to hit us, they have to kind of either be very, very good or roll quite high. Because of the difficulty setting we're on, they're probably going to be very, very good. Okay, so we are going to select everyone and we're going to loot the bodies. We have another dagger. And Lindsay, you're a little badass. Like, no damage, kills one dude right off the bat, and then literally explodes another one.